Hunger Games fans, listen up. I have a theory that I haven't heard anyone talk about, but so if someone has brought this up, I just didn't see it, and I apologize for that. But anyway, and it's related to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, so kind of spoilers, I guess. So anyway, I'm typing up my notes for this week's podcast episode. By the way, I have a podcast, Bookish Babbles. I reread my favorite books, and we're reading through the Hunger Games series right now. So check it out. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spotify, and Google, and YouTube. That did not go as smoothly as I wanted to, but whatever. We're moving on. Anyway, so this week's episode's talking about like chapters 10 to 13 of Catching Fire, and I'm typing up the notes for it. And right now I'm at the part where Katniss is stuck on the other side of the fence after Thread turns the electricity back on, and she has to figure out a way to get back over the fence to get home. And she does this by climbing a tree with like branches hanging out like this, and there happens to be one that's hanging out over the fence, so she can use it to jump back into the district. And I started thinking, is this possibly the hanging tree from the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? Because I went back to my copy of Ballad, and it's described as having the same branches that are being described in Catching Fire, and both trees are at like the edge of the woods, and in Ballad, District 12 doesn't have a fence around it yet, but obviously they do now in Katniss's time. So I don't know, is it? I'm not entirely sure, because Katniss does describe it as a maple tree, but Coriolanus doesn't specifically call it a maple tree. Then again, he's a privileged city boy who probably didn't take the time to learn different types of trees, because he probably thinks that knowledge is like beneath him or whatever. But I don't know, I haven't heard anyone bring this up, and I just think that's a really cool connection. And also sad, because it's obviously the place where, certain characters we love. Yeah. And it's also, like, specifically the hanging tree that inspired the song, The Hanging Tree. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think, because I think it's a cool theory.